Hey guys, let's just wait a few minutes, to see who is coming on. How you're doing great. I like, I like live streaming and live lives because I think that you have this interaction. Yeah. So let's see. How many people are we having? We have one. Hi. Hey guys, do you have your coffee, your tea, whatever, with you? I have my coffee. So we will just hey, no tea. Coffee. I have my Cypriot coffee, which is quite strong actually. And yeah, it's I don't know, I love my coffee, to be honest. Some things in life we shouldn't compromise. One of those things, it's my coffee. Wine, come on. It's too early for wine. 12 o'clock at least. But a friend of mine said once that thank you. You like that? Thank you for my shirts, thanks. And one friend of mine said that in one country, another country, it must be like afternoon, so it's allowed to have wine. So maybe wine too. So today our subject, it's about thinking process, and it's about how our emotions can cloud our judgment. And I mean, have you ever felt that you are like overwhelmed and you can't really understand yourself, your thoughts, your thinking process, and everything's like a mess in there? It happens to me many times, to be honest. And have you ever thought of that? Talk to me. So yeah. Okay, I will start. It's just 11, 2 minutes now. So our live starts at 11. Yeah, just give you minutes, just 1, 2 minutes, and then we will start our conversation about the thinking process. So, all right, let's start. I mean, they should be here anyway at 11 o'clock. So, thinking process is like this. You imagine yourself that you have like a room, right? You have a room, and this room is like you enter your office. Let's think that in that way. Yeah, wine. You do love your wine. I like my wine too. So you enter a room, right? So you go in that room and you feel like you just picture this. Imagine that you are standing in your office, in your room, private room. It's like full of papers. It's like full of papers, and they're like maybe a few hundreds or maybe dozens of papers. I don't know, all around, spread around in the room, right? And I mean, you need to start from somewhere. So you see all these papers on the floor, the desk, on the office, everywhere in the room. So you need to tie up all these papers, but you don't know from where to start, right? So it's like you're feeling overwhelmed. It's like, what shall I do? So you have to start from somewhere. So imagine that. So you're standing there with these few dozens and hundreds of documents, and you have to, what do you do? What would you do? You stay there and you just take one paper, pile it up, pile it up, pile up, pile up. So until you tied up the whole room, right? And then you start dealing with each pile that you have piled up, and you prioritize. So based on the priority that you have allocated to the specific pile, you will deal with it. So in a way, that's how our brain, our thinking process works too. So you have this So the office, it's our brain. So you have your brain that's overwhelmed, with thoughts, and you don't know from where to start with. It's sometimes so overwhelming. It happens to me very often, to be honest with you, because I mean kind of, you can see that too. I mean, I can't stay still. I would sit on the floor, then sit on the sofa. I mean, I'm hyperactive, obviously. So my brain sometimes is like on fire, well, most of the times. And so in order for me to be able to control my mind, and in order for me to be able to make decisions, I had to find ways to deal with this issue, because it started to be an issue in my life, because I couldn't, hey guys, more guys are coming in, great. So I started already talking about for the guys that just came on. So I was thinking that I need to find a way to deal with my thinking process, because it was so overwhelming, and that helped me a lot to tie it up. And you know what? Other times you have all these emotions. For example, you are feeling like I don't know, you are upset, right? And you're angry. So will that emotion, that feeling, you think that will cloud your judgment to make a decision? Would you have made the same decision if you were calm? And I will say a very stupid example now. It always works with me, to be honest. So I love food. So when I'm starving, I forbid to myself to go grocery shopping, because my decisions will be based on my feeling that moment, which is I want to buy the whole grocery store, because that moment I'm feeling so much hungry. So my judgment is clouded from my emotion, that moment of starvation moment. Well, it's not starvation moment, but you understand what I'm saying. When you're feeling hungry and you go grocery shopping, you will buy stuff that you don't really want, you wouldn't buy if you are not feeling hungry. Does this make sense to you? Do you agree with me? Do you believe that emotions can cloud your judgment? I believe it in a very big extent. Another example, because you know what? I think that having examples help us to be more able to have how to say, a clear view, a clear understanding of what I'm trying to say. So yeah, exactly. So someone agrees with me. So let's say that you are. Oh, actually, I had a client the other days. So we are working with him about his relationship with his partner, and they are facing like communication issues in their relationship. So what I said to him, he said to me, sometimes when I go home, you have this stress, and you have all this pressure from work, especially if you had a bad day at work, right? So you go home and you go to your partner, and if you are so stressed and suppressing emotions and all that, when you go home, the first person that you will just explode will be your partner. So if you go home and your partner, she's like, or he's like a little bit upset themselves, and they speak to you like a little bit not very politely, because you are already upset and frustrated, right? You will burst to them. So you reaction is affected, is caused, not affected, it's caused by your existing psychology mood. I hope I didn't confuse you. All right. So another exercise that you can do, which again has to do with controlling your emotions, right? So another exercise that you can do is, before you go home, or even the other way around. Maybe you are home and you're going to work, and you're like, whoa, I don't want to go to this today. I feel so bad. I feel stressed, blah, 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 blah. So even the other way around. So if you're feeling so stressed and, frustrated, when either you go home or you go to the office, before you enter the office, before you enter your house, stand at the door, right? Stand there. Yeah, physically stand there. And allow yourself, inhale, exhale. Allow yourself, give yourself a few minutes, or do that in the car. Give yourself a few minutes and ask yourself, do I want to take home or to the office all this aggression, all this frustration that I have? Do I want to destroy, because you will, in a way, my afternoon, my evening, my night, or my day in the office with all this negativity, with all this frustration that I'm feeling? Do I want to mess up my evening? Or do I want to have fun, enjoy, see my partner, or if you don't have a partner, I don't know, your cat, dog, your fish? And that moment, because you are having this small talk with yourself, you're already controlling your emotions. So you already distant yourself from your emotions. So that moment, you give yourself a few minutes time to relax. You're already relaxed. Even when you do that, you're already relaxed. So you make the decision, obviously, like everyone will want that, to go home or to your office feeling calmer. So you won't transfer your negativity from your bad day. So that's another exercise for you to control your emotions. Because, many times we take our aggression, our negativity, our frustration on other people, that they are irrelevant with our mood and irrelevant with anything that has caused that frustration. So it's not fair to them. But I would say the other thing too, it's not about just them, it's about you. Me, as Nadia, I really don't like hurting people. I'm trying. I'm not saying perfect. I'm trying not to say things that I will regret. I don't like regrets. So I'm trying to avoid apologizing. So if you give yourself, I do love my coffee, I told you that. If you give yourself some time to relax, then you save yourself from so many troubles. You save yourself from regretting what you said. You save yourself from apologizing. You save yourself from this extra argument, from this extra frustration, from this extra, emotions that you don't need, because you're already feeling frustrated. So you are saving yourself from so many troubles and bad feelings, emotions, and for you and for the other person, your partner or whoever it is, your boss or whoever it is. So emotions really can cloud our judgment, and emotions can really make your day like a happy day, and really make your day a bad day. So another exercise. So far we said like two things, how you can control your emotions. Because if we allow our emotions to be like, whoa, everywhere, it's like, yeah, it might be a little bit crazy, actually. Yeah. So another exercise is to be aware of what makes you feeling bad. Be aware of what makes you feel frustrated, for example. What? So when you know what makes you frustrated, upset, what makes you angry, then you will be able to control that. Again, let's say an example. Let's say, all right, me as Nadia, I'm using my examples, guys, because come on, you don't share your examples, so I need to use mine. But if you want, you can share yours too. So, for example, when I wake up in the morning, I don't like rushing up. I just like to take my time. I like to have my coffee and then start working or commuting or whatever I do. If, though, I woke up late or someone rushed me to do stuff, and I want to enjoy my coffee, I want to enjoy my small like routine in the morning, I will feel frustrated. Some other people, then maybe they don't care, maybe they won't feel frustrated, but I will. So because I know that, I'm trying to control my morning routine. If you're living with someone, for example, and you know they don't, maybe they don't know that, so communicate. Since you know already what makes you upset, what frustrates you, what will what will make you feel bad, even the small things. So since you know what makes you feeling bad, share this with your partner, share this with so they know that, for example, he will know that I want my time in the morning, I want my morning routine to be smoothly and then go to my work, whatever. And the other way around, I don't know what makes you feel bad, what makes you like upset, what frustrates you really. So if you know what is upsetting you, and you communicate this with the other person, if you are living with someone or even at the office, you I don't know, some people, they smoke, bad habit, but they do. So they might want their like 5 minutes to go out and have a cigarette or something. So for them, some people, I know a friend of mine, Maria, if she doesn't go out, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being with me. I will. I will keep being me. I can't do it otherwise. But that's what I'm saying. That so my friend Maria, for example, she was very she's very upset with smoking. So if someone says to her, "You won't be able to smoke today," she will be very frustrated. So so you need to know. So when you know what upsets you and what makes you feel, angry, frustrated, and all that, then you communicate that with the other person, or you are in a position that you can control your own emotion. Since, for example, me, that I don't want to rushing up in the morning. For example, I should be maybe sometimes wake up a little bit earlier. I'm working on that. Not always succeeding, but I do work on that. At least I do know what makes me angry, frustrated, and all that. So you need to understand yourself. Emotions has everything to do with ourselves. That's it. So we said so far like three exercises. We talk about controlling your mind. For example, the room, you have a full of a room with like hundreds of thoughts there spread around, and you need to control that thought, and you need to start from somewhere. So you pile up your thoughts and you prioritize. So based on the priority that you have allocated to each pile, then you will start working on them, right? Actually, there's another one. How do you say that? Another exercise. Yeah. So I created, because I have this. I told you that I'm hyperactive. You can see that anyway. And my mind sometimes like all over the place, and my brain doesn't stop. So I try to find ways to help myself to control my head, if I can control it. So I created the wall of doubts, wall of thoughts. So another exercise that you can do in order to control your thoughts and control your emotions is, imagine that you have a wall. For example, this wall, I don't know, my wall usually is a brick wall. I love bricks. So it's like a wall, right? Any wall. Imagine that you imaginary wall in front of you and you have all these thoughts. Sometimes you have so many thoughts, you are feeling that you are driving yourself crazy, right? And you don't know what to do, and you need to make a decision. You don't know what decision to take, because how? I mean, if it's like your mind is so overwhelmed and it's all over the place, how can you make a decision? It's nearly impossible. So what you can do is to all these thoughts, trying to project them on the wall. Take your thoughts and put them on the wall. For example, I don't know what to do. Shall I call the client? Shall I email the client? Shall I go? Shall I buy that? Thoughts of that. So put your thoughts on the wall, right? Put your thoughts on the wall. And when you, again, so emotions has everything to do with distance. To keep ourselves distant from the emotion. If you see yourself from far, it's easier for you, believe me, trust me, try that and please share your comments. It's easier for you to control your thoughts. Because sometimes we have thoughts that they're not even ours. Do you know that? Do you know that there are so many thoughts? Yeah, do you think that they are your thoughts, but they are not your thoughts? Because maybe you went to the convenience store and you heard our brain takes so much information in, right? So you went to the convenience store, you heard other people talking, and your brain got that information and maybe created a thought. There are so many factors, guys. That should be actually a totally new live, I think, with that. Maybe we do that next Saturday. How to identify whether a thought we have is our thought or not our thought. And I will tell you on our next live, I will tell you how, because we are energy, how frequencies, that sounds crazy, but it's so true, guys. I mean, frequencies, from the house, from the next opposite house, next door house, from so many other frequencies of energy around us can affect your decision making process. Definitely can affect your decision making process. And we so many times, trust me, we have thoughts that they're not even ours, and I will prove that to you on our next live streaming. But for now, we have like 11:30 to finish our live streaming today. If there's anything that you want to ask me or share a comment with me, please do. Yeah. And about what makes you, do you feel that, our friend Marcus said that he does affect emotions cloud our judgment. What do you think? No? Yes? No? Oh. It's because sometimes you know what? If we give ourselves, it's just so simple stuff, but that moment that you're so upset and you're frustrated and all that, you don't really pay attention to yourself, and it's like you don't really pay attention to your emotions. And if you know how, I will say this as my last tip for today, it's like I still have a long way to go, be a better person, when I started thinking how the other person will feel if I say something bad to him or her, to them. So I'm Christian, and I believe that we should be, of course, if you are even another religion, doesn't matter. A kind person is a kind person. It doesn't really matter if you are Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, or atheist, whatever you are. So starting first thinking how the other person will feel if I say something bad to him or her, that made me think twice before I speak. If you think twice, 3 times, 4 times before you speak, believe me, you will avoid so many troubles from your life. So many troubles. And the last thing I want to tell you, I said that to my client the other day too. It's like, take some time. Time it's a healer. It's the best healer ever. Time. Give yourself some time to calm down and then start a conversation. or if you are not in a position to have a conversation, just say that you are not in a position to have the conversation. Because if you're upset, you won't be able to have a decent conversation with the other person, will you? No. By giving time to yourself, though, to calm down and relax, then you know what? Maybe you won't even have the discussion. Maybe you will even forget about what made you upset. I don't know, because maybe it was not that important. So that's it. So thank you for being with me today, and please share your comments if you would like to share something with us. I would love to, or if you want some personal session or whatever with me, I will be glad to book your session. Actually, I'm here in the UK. I am on the life coach directory, and I give special price because usually I charge more. But if you come through life coach directory, then it's just £50 the session, and and you will have private session with me. Thank you once again for being with me. It's really important for me to have you here. I do like lives, and more to come. So next Saturday we are having our live again at 11 o'clock UK time, and our subject will be: is your thought your thought, your own thought, or someone else put it there? Very interesting statistics and energy frequencies. Thank you, guys. I will just write here. Thank you all, because I do, and I love you all. And I hope you will have amazing weekend. Love you all. Oh. See you next weekend, right? Thank you, guys.